What's up, Nurk City? Welcome back to another Blazers post-game show. Tonight on January 14th, the Blazers played the second of a back-to-back against the Pacers at Moda Center and ended up losing 111-87. The key points going into tonight's game were to contain the bigs. The major players on the Pacers are Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis, well as a little bit of Malcolm Brogdon. And I think that the Blazers absolutely failed at that tonight. I know that both bigs had double-doubles. I know that Brogdon had quite a few threes, and it was just disappointing to watch. Five Pacers were in double figures, and that was just disappointing. But the Blazers seemed like they had no energy tonight. And obviously, you can make the case that it's the second night of a back-to-back, so against an intense back-to-back against the Kings. But it's basketball. I mean, you can't write it off as they're failing. It's a bad team. It's the second night of back-to-back after an intense night, so it's to be expected. Even though Sacramento's, it's not like you're coming from Boston or Miami, but still. Traveling all the way against a fresh opponent, it's going to be tough. So it's not doomsday or anything, but I don't think that some of the rotations tonight were optimal to help the players win. Speaking on the rotations, it was just kind of disappointing. Watching Sabonis and Turner go off against Covington and Cantor as a Blazers fan just makes you want to watch Giles in that situation, because Sabonis is so much quicker than Cantor, and I don't think he really showed how quick he could possibly be tonight. I think he's deceptively good at that. And I just think that Giles would have been a little bit better in that situation. Plus, Cantor isn't the best defender against the pick and roll, which I know that the Pacers, watching the game, they seem to like that quite a bit. Kick and roll, drive baseline, pass to the opposite side, shoot a three, make the three. So that's where a lot of their points came from. So the rotations tonight seemed like they really wanted to emphasize points over defense. And I know from my experience watching the game and playing the game, you can't win a game by only scoring, because if you're only scoring and you're letting them score, there's no way you're going to come back from that. But if you're able to get stops and then turn around and get efficient shots on the offensive side, I think that would be a lot better. And like I've said in my opinion video that has the most views on my channel by far, it's hard to pair Carmelo Anthony and Enes Kanter at the same time. And tonight, instead of taking out Carmelo, I think you should leave Carmelo Anthony in and put Giles in. Maybe move Carmelo to the 3 and put Robert Covington at the 4, which I know they did that a little bit without the Giles portion of it. And I think with Giles in there, I think it would have been a little bit better, just because he's a little bit quicker, more athletic than Cantor is. And it's not like Cantor had a monster game tonight either. So that's just what I saw. So Tonight was kind of a bad night all around. Not only was there a loss, but Jusuf Nurkic out with a fractured right wrist, I believe. And I wanted to wait a little bit to make this video because I wanted to see what the diagnosis was. And unfortunately, it does say he'll be out indefinitely, which is very, very, very unfortunate. And it sucks to watch because, he didn't get very much playing time last year. He's had some injury issues. I know with his massive leg injury, and a couple other injuries he's been battling with the entire time this year. I know that he missed some of the game, one of the games early with I believe it was an issue with his knee, but it just sucks to see because you can tell he's a hard worker and he's been really battling to get back into shape. And seeing him come down with this injury, especially on his right hand, which I believe he's a right-handed shooter, I don't know when he'll be back or if Phil Shadow is going to be coming back, because he was shooting the ball pretty decently. I think he went 1 for 3 from 3, but just seeing him have the confidence to shoot from the 3 is really encouraging, which sucks because now he's injured again, and you can't blame him for that. He's trying hard. So I just hope best of luck to Jusuf Nurkic, and I really hope that he gets better sooner rather than later, because he's a really important part of the team, from a fan's perspective at least. That being said, the debate now is us at least watching some of the post-game shows on NBC Sports Northwest. There was a debate between Giles and Cantor for who will start. And obviously, I think that's kind of a weird narrative because from watching the games, you can tell that Stotts does not want to play Harry Giles unless he absolutely has to. The only times that Giles has played in the regular season this year has been garbage time, whether we're blowing someone out or getting blown out, or Nurk is getting injured, or one of our centers has gone with an injury and Giles needs to fill in as the backup center. I think he deserves more than that. Obviously, this is not the way I wanted him to get those minutes, but I think that's a good opportunity for him to prove to Stotts that he gets more minutes. So my guess would be that Cantor is the starting center from here on out until Nurk gets back, because obviously Zach Collins is still out. But it's just disappointing to see because I like Nurk up there with the ability to pass. Cantor's getting better at passing, but Nurk is one of the better passing big men in the league. Tonight, I don't like giving out eye test awards on a loss, but tonight I think it has to go to Derek Jones Jr., who only played for 20 minutes, which was weird for me. I know that Stotts, like I was saying earlier, was going for points over defense, but I think that Derek Jones Jr. provided a lot of energy tonight, and he went 9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 for 4 from field goals, and 1 of 1 from 3, with 3 blocks in 20 minutes. And obviously, basketball games are 48 minutes long, but it was disappointing not to see him get more minutes. I think he deserved more time tonight, and I think that Derek Jones Jr. really played well with the minutes he was given. I don't know if there was some injury that wasn't disclosed or what was going on, but it just seemed like they gave up on him way too quickly, and they kept having Covington and Carmelo come in when I think Derek Jones Jr. would have provided a little bit more spark to the offense. So overall, tonight was just kind of disappointing. And I'm not going to do a pregame for the next game because I'm just a little bit frustrated right now. And I just really hope the Blazers can get back in business now that they get a little bit of time off. Maybe they just get to rest and get their energy back. So that was the disappointing night of the 14th. So let's hope Nurk gets better. And let's hope Giles capitalizes on his minutes and maybe gets some more when Nurk comes back. And I guess that's all I got tonight. Go Blazers.